And we're live.
Sorry, just seeing why.
Alright.
New phone. Why is it
Oh, no.
changed my name to like something weird over there? I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Fun. All right. Yeah. So, what's been going on? It's cold as hell here. So definitely,
I don't think hell's
winter.
cold. But
Yeah.
okay. Welcome to the Pendant Show.
Definitely winter.
It did seem like Osaka and the surrounding areas just kind of suddenly went into the single digits because the previous weekend, like Sunday, I was out in the park having a fun picnic with my family, and it was like coats off. Like I was in like a t-shirt in the sun and everything was
Right.
and then like Monday kind of went nope.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Totally. Totally frozen, but cool. Hey, good to see Matt in the chat, Calarian.
Pun intended.
Very cool. It's like a bad Batman Forever Arnold pun.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
All the Mr. Freeze puns.
I'm going to put you on ice.
I'm sure they just thought of those up on set. Those aren't even in the script.
You know what? I'm sure that it's been a while since I've watched that movie. I'll probably have to go watch it again. Everybody, chill out.
Yeah.
All right. The whole show.
Back when Arnold was that
fun.
lovable character that the funny accent.
I've been watching.
Maggie.
No, I haven't finished it, but I've been watching the Netflix series Fubar.
Oh yeah.
I'm enjoying.
I've heard good things about that. Yeah.
It's something that my partner and I could watch together. Where like, yes, people are dying. Like, yes, people are getting shot, but it's not. It's very much a comedy.
Right.
And it's not. If my partner can watch it, it's not gruesome or anything. Right? So yeah, it's funny. He's this old retired CIA agent, and
yeah. He's still. I mean, that's the thing that's so funny about his career. He had this bizarre charisma that, like, if you look at everybody else who was in the Mr. Universe that year, nobody else would have been the superstar that Arnold was. He had such a bizarre charisma that they've never been able to figure out, and they've never been able to. He's had some big franchises and stuff, but they couldn't continue. He just kept having to jump characters, and I guess kind of like Harrison Ford, he didn't become.
Wasn't he always kind of the same? Not the same character, but it's like
always had those weird American names, John Anderson. It's like, okay, well, that's a funny accent, Mr. Anderson. Yes. So, who is tuning in to my nightly just trudge across Trudvang? Yeah. So I'm doing the Trudvang Legends, the adventure board game, and they changed a lot. Just looking at their Kickstarter page, like a lot of the design stuff. They always say, this is not final design. All the stuff that they included,
in this case, it was real.
for that pitch, because I think they went back and realized, we don't have information in the right places. We're putting too much information on cards.
Okay,
let's put it all in the book. Because it made it difficult. You could really see, like, from some of the details that, we get to just get everything in the book. The cards just tell you what to read in the book, and previously it looked like there was a lot to read on the cards and very tiny text.
So okay, are the cards necessary then?
Yeah, you have to sleeve. Yeah, you have to sleeve them because a lot of the locations have effects. And then in the storyboard, they are basically just telling you which passages to read if you're gonna start that adventure. But the miniatures are great. I did just like a bone white base coat and an ink wash, and they look great. They're just, instead of the gray plastic, they were kind of ugly gray plastic. I don't really have a super close-up cam. It's more just an overhead cam, but it's the whole dining table. So no dinner. Yes, and no dinner for Christmas. Yeah, we're gonna finish.
What do we got for Christmas?
We got Trudvang. We're finishing. Eat on the floor.
Eat on the floor.
But yeah, I've been doing that, and it's fun. It's a fun thing to keep going back to. I'm staying up too late. I gotta figure out, because I'm not playing the solo rules, which the solo rules are basically 2 characters, 1 and a retainer.
Okay.
And then there's less card drawing and fussing around with the runes. I'm running 3 full characters, which means every combat I'm drawing, like 12 runes for every character and slotting them in. So that's a little time consuming, but it gives me more. It feels like it gives me more ability.
Okay.
So yeah, and I have a bigger range of characters, because if you're just playing one character and a retainer, so many of the entries are, if there's a fighter in your group, if there's a rogue in your group, this happens. And with one character, that's all closed off. So
no, I don't know. As someone who basically only plays solo games exclusively, because I can't. Anyway, I'm a little disappointed when solo modes of games are run 2 characters, right? Like I was a little bit disappointed, and I haven't gone back to it with Monster Hunter, the big board game, because their solo mode is run 2 characters. And I'm like,
yeah.
okay. I think maybe I was most disappointed with that because in the Monster Hunter video game franchise, you can do it by yourself, right? You're running one character with a little calico friend, right? So I'm kind of surprised their solo mode was 2 people, and I'm like,
yeah, just give you, some different abilities, like overpower you a little bit. I think that's what the Trudvang solo rules try to do with the retainer, because you don't play the retainer; it's kind of as a companion.
Right.
So it triggers stuff, it gives you extra feats, it levels everything up for you, so you start a little bit more powerful, and throughout the story you unlock more companions like that you can trigger in different areas. So yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean though, because that doesn't match the sense the game.
In that case, no. But like I understand. I don't know. I haven't played that True Thing, but I wonder if sure, you've locked things off behind if there's a fighter, if there's a whatever. You're like, well, I'm not playing that character. Does that kind of sour the experience of the game for you, or does that encourage you to go, you know what, I'm going to play that again with a different character?
Yeah.
Unlock that's
right. Just like in video games where there's doors that are locked and you don't have the key until later on, you'd have to go back for it,
like
back to open the door.
Kind of like multiple playthroughs. Right?
Yeah, right. To encourage you. Yeah. No, I think that's true. I like that it's diceless, and then you're just drawing the runes. I think that randomness works in an interesting way because it's kind of a push your luck thing. You're filling this miss track, and bad things happen if you get 5 misses in the rounds. So I think that's good. So it causes you to like, whoa, okay, wait, this round let's just defend and not go for the extra stuff. The frustrating thing is between each adventure, the characters kind of reset. All of the stuff that you've gathered on your dashboard doesn't survive, just the cards that you've upgraded.
Okay.
Yeah, so your experience goes, but the little buffs, the kind of banes and boons that you acquire and everything, and even the runes that you purchase additionally to go into your bag to make yourself more flexible, go revert. So I think they want...
Do they go back in the bag?
Yeah, they go back. Yeah. So you have a set... You start every adventure with a set number that you can draw from. So that's interesting that they didn't, and maybe the power curve would be too great. Like if you kept that stuff, you would just be steamrolling through everything. So maybe they want to keep you. So you kind of customize your character based on the adventure and everything. Okay. But there's a ton of it, so we'll be doing it every night for December.
Every night for how long?
Through December, yeah, probably. But I think there's like 25, 27, adventures. Okay. I might skip some of the side quests because no XP in side quests. So it's like, why am I doing this? Yeah, so you go through with these
for fun. Right? That's why you're playing this game, right?
Right. But you go through these huge combats and there's no reward. You should just run away. It would make sense to just flee. I'm just like, I don't want to run away from everything on the board. But so that's an odd thing. But it's gorgeous. It's all the Paul Bonner art, beautiful miniatures. Yeah, really. Really done well, and it's good maybe because it took 5 years for them to deliver. So it's good that they kind of took a step back and said, okay, let's kind of make sure that this is as good as it can be before shipping, because I think that original version might have been a little clunky. All right, so let's do this. So get ready for those. So a bunch of little topics this week. Nothing huge. Welcome to the Weekly. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Chris.
And this week on the Weekly, Call of Cthulhu 50th anniversary slipcase.
Okay. Slipped it in at the end.
Yeah, so it is the anniversary of the game. They're not going to change the books. They're not updating the rules, but they are giving you some new art and a gorgeous slipcase that has all the books in them, the Investigator, the Keeper, and the Screen, all in the case. It looks beautiful, and it's basically for collectors. It's like a thank you for playing the game. Guild Ball is free. All right, Steamforged Games doing more STLs. Black Company goes into playtesting. Traveler 5e, we skipped this. This should have been on our Turkey Day episode because that sounds like quite a turkey. And Discworld Games, plural. All right. So there will be some multiple games coming out from Modiphius. They're going to take that license and run. Why not? All right. So Chaosium unveiled their 50th anniversary slipcase. So the Ola Larsson art on the Keeper screen and all the new covers for the books So it's a a new kind of collector's version of these books. They'll be available beginning of next year, like quarter 1 of next year, and just a premium collector set, like they do with a lot of stuff. Like the Masks set they did is a nice premium thing, and has a lot of handouts and stuff, in those adventure sets. So this will be, and I think the keeper screen has some resources as well, but it's all boxed together in a groovy slipcase for a meager $140.
With shipping on top of that. So how many books is it?
Top of that, it's
Keeper Rulebook, Investigator Rulebook,
and a
Keeper Screen.
and a screen, yeah. So 2 books and a screen, 2 books and yeah. So it's pricey. I mean, all of the books are like you don't get a good deal on Call of Cthulhu. You got to be committed to the.
You got to be a whale.
Yes, you got to be a whale.
At the bottom of that sunk cost fallacy. Right?
right. So they the 50th birthday for Chaosium, and so we're also so they're celebrating a RuneQuest. Their Glorantha setting and Call of Cthulhu are all part of this. So we may see some more stuff coming up beginning of the year. They haven't announced anything.
Well, look at it this way: you can't do a worse 50th anniversary celebration than Watson.
Right? Yeah. Nobody can do it worse. That was like,
I mean, like even if you didn't
Pop-Tarts and Chuck Taylors, and that's about all you get.
Even if you didn't do anything, we're like, it's our 50th anniversary. Yay! I mean, like expectation would be pretty low, right?
Yes. So you also get the PDF copy, of course, just to sweeten the deal. So keep an eye out next year for that. It looks nice. So Steamforged Games just announced this. They've been playing around with it. We had an announcement that they're kind of retiring. They're kind of stepping back with Guild Ball. It's not going to be in full production. The miniatures have been made to order on the website for a while, so I'm not sure how those are produced.
3D printing, probably?
Yeah. So everything is going to STLs. So the game is currently available as made to order, but now on My Mini Factory, Steamforged has released every team, everything that they've ever produced for Guild Ball, which I think is like 5 or 6 guilds. So it's quite a bit. Okay. And the starter set, including 2 teams, the rules and everything is free. So if you want to try the game, it's completely free right now on My Mini Factory through the Steamforged website. So it's another company. So I don't know. So Mantic is doing this. Steamforged is doing this. They're really committing to using a digital platform as much as possible. So either that's going to put them ahead of the game if things change, or they're going to be so far behind Games Workshop that they'll never catch up.
How do you think they'd be behind Games Workshop? I mean, that is a possibility.
Because if digital fails, if it's just you can't sell anything because one person buys them and they put them on a share site and nobody else has to buy them.
Okay. Point taken. But I think it's the Christmas season, and I'm feeling altruistic. Yes. There are...
If the model fails, this one,
Yeah, there are people who would go, I can get this... I mean, well, if it's for free, doesn't matter if you're getting it from like a pirated site or whatever, right? But
yes.
I'm kind of the opinion that most people, if there aren't a lot of hurdles or hoops or stuff to jump through, would prefer to buy from an actual legitimate site rather than...
Yeah, and I think streaming has proved that, because as soon as the streamers got better and more accessible, and they offered more, piracy went down. For movies.
I think that's it. I think that's it, right? Like,
so Games Workshop fighting that. They're the hardest thing to pirate right now. But even though people are really trying, so new releases for 40K. An STL will come out, and it's either a scan or somebody built a lookalike model, and they name it the same thing. There's, of course, some scammers that are getting into it as well, so some fake sites and things. But I'm really shocked the big model releases that they're doing, like Calgar and some of the big characters that they're bringing back. You instantly find a digital copy of it for free on a site. So you could, so basically, people are producing 3D proxies as fast as Games Workshop can release stuff, or digital 3D proxies.
And like that's okay. Again, I wonder if I think Games Workshop is kind of like in a weird position. I know, like, okay, it has its rabid devotees, right? And it has its whales, and they're not going to buy the 3D printed knockoff. They're going to buy the GW one. Then they have like, I think I hesitate to use the word normal, but I think a normal person would go like, why would you want a 3D knockoff model of a GW model? because like if you're like a mega fantastic painter, you're probably going to want to paint the actual thing, right? Like you can't use it in a tournament, an official tournament.
Right. Yeah, that's true. If you'd be embarrassed to bring it anywhere near other players, then
Well, also like GW, like they probably have ways of like with their no proxy rule, they probably have ways of going, nah, I mean, unless it's fantastic, right? I'm kind of struggling who would be attracted to a 3D printed knockoff of a GW model.
People that can't touch a $40 a model.
Well, okay, like that.
That
is true, but then I wonder
the price. People have been priced out.
Why would they not? If you've been priced out of GW, why are you still going after GW models? Wouldn't you shift to something like one-page rules?
No, but it's the hot. It's like peer pressure and stuff. It's like what people are playing. It's what's popular. Why would you want to get involved in? Why would you? Oh, well, I could 3D print Coca-Cola, but I'll just go buy RC.
I mean, okay, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just like, if you have like a gaming group where it's like you're all playing GW, like, wow, look what I showed up, like. Wouldn't the stigma of someone finding out that you bought like a knockoff,
you'd have to have a good group that didn't care, that just wanted to play the game.
But
then again you're playing the rules.
I think if you have a good group who doesn't care really what you're playing.
No, that doesn't care that how you're playing it. Like, if you're putting buttons on the table or whatever.
Okay, right.
They just want to play.
But then I think that exact type of group would be the type of group where you could go, you know what, GW's getting really expensive for me. How about we play this other game?
Yeah.
Or how about I proxy these models with one-page rule stuff? Like, I think the overlap between those two groups would be high enough to where they'd go, you know what, I don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
But like maybe
I would hope. I would hope, but I don't think so. I think it's, even if it's, if it's Gucci or whatever and it's a knockoff, well, I can fake it. I think it's that because it's brand.
So GW is the Gucci.
they're the knockoff. People are buying knockoff handbags now, basically of Games Workshop products, just to be in it. Just to talk. Lore with the weirdos.
I guess so. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, back to Steamforge and Mantic. If they're going heavily digital, I wonder if that is going to help them. Like, are these kind of like their loss leader products where you know what? We've had this game for a while. We're not really going to support it that much, but it's free.
Yeah.
You do what? And then I have to think that would build goodwill.
Yeah.
At least. I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. Thanks for doing that. Let me check out what else you have. Right?
Yeah, because it's just the 2 starter teams, which I don't even think are full teams.
Oh, those are the only 2 ones that are free.
Yeah, and everything else is so the whole game isn't free. Everything else is digital.
That's what I thought it was.
And Mantic is doing the same thing. They're not doing any free starter, but they're putting all of their kind of starter Kings of War digitally available, so you can print everything. You don't have to deal with shipping or anything. If you've got a way to 3D print stuff, you can do whole starter armies.
Someone who just paid damn near $100 for international shipping, that's real goddamn attractive, right?
It's getting silly. So I'm wondering what's going to happen, if this is going to the second and third place are just going to fall further behind Games Workshop, or this is going to be a way for them to kind of get around the 900-pound gorilla. We'll see.
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
I think eventually the 900-pound gorilla is going to charge too much for models, and enough people are going to say, no, we're not paying $100 for.
Imagine, yeah.
It is hard to imagine.
80 cents of plastic, I paid $40. Yeah. It's a better model than Starbucks, that's for sure. They only get $5 a coffee. All right. But Arc Dreams is up to something, and Orcus Dorcas on his channel has been interviewing the designers. Working on this. The Black Company RPG is in playtesting.
Cool.
Feel like playtesting something?
I feel like doing a lot of stuff. It's up to my schedule.
So Arc Dream is the publishers of Delta Green, and they've just released the playtest rules for Black Company, and I think the playtest is going to go on until beginning of February. So Glen Cook's Black Company, the epic dark fantasy, the mercenary company fighting a war between evil and far worse. So dark, strangely gritty. So they're leaning into the grit in this in this setting. So grim and the grim reality of battles. And Glen Cook himself, I think, was a Vietnam vet. So the tone is so unique for this setting. He does a lot of great world building and stuff, but the camaraderie between the mercenaries feels 70s kind of Vietnam era.
Okay.
In the how it works, but it's fantasy, but it's still you can tell he was informed by his life experience. I guess similar to Tolkien in World War One, kind of.
Oh man, I don't know if you can bring that up. Too many people will be like, no, it was not about World War II. And just like, oh come on.
But the experiences. So so you will play as your own soldier in the company, or if you prefer, one of the legendary members. So Annals, Croaker, Goblin, One Eye are all going to be there, all statted out. So fast and suspenseful play, D100, which I was happy to see. They did. There's a stress and damage system, very rules light, and grit forward. So there'll also be mechanical tags like find a healer or bitch and moan to deal with injuries. So here's a quote: "The Black Company is always gets the job done, no matter the cost. Its mercenaries are a steel gauntlet around a subtle hand of sorcerous power, a tool to root out, locate and destroy enemies of the Empire and its ruthless ruler. So you're in service of the lady. You face violence, magic, terrors beyond the edges of the world. The company is home and family. You must uphold its grim reputation. Your victories, defeats, disasters, and narrow escapes shape its history." So D100 mechanics, streamlined player-facing interface. You don't have hit points. You are damaged. You are damaged, or you're not. And same goes for stress and sanity. Oh, they're going to have a sanity. Interesting. Sanity mechanic in there. So we'll see. So get registered for that playtest and get them rules to check it out.
Well, props for not making it 5e.
Yeah.
So I think
like some other people, yeah.
I said before, I think I'll have to check this out just on the principle you didn't sell out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it sounds like the people involved love the setting from the interviews that Orcus Dorcas has been doing. Yeah, that's a great insight into what they were thinking and how they're trying to craft the system. So, trying to make combat not be so you go, I go, and okay, 4 hit point miss, 4 hit points, yeah. So sounds good. Take a look at that. I'll put the link to the playtest materials in there, and you've got until February to try it out and give your feedback.
Cool.
Speaking of 5e and things you shouldn't do with it, a very successful crowdfunder funded Traveler 5e.
Okay, to be fair, Dungeons and Dragons has poisoned the flippin' well about any kind of 5th edition of a game. As soon as you say something 5e, everyone assumes, maybe not everyone, I certainly assume, so you sold out and used that D20 system, right? Mm-hmm. So
it is.
All right. My point stands. All right.
It is.
Why in God's...
I know. So Mongoose and the world's largest RPG are teaming up to make a 5e powered version of Traveler. So this reminds me of the live action Disney remakes of their 90s animation. It's like
the latest one I saw was
why would you do this? Yeah. But it is a way. I mean, for millennials and Zoomers.
Hey, don't toss me under that bus.
Traveler is an antique that they may never touch. But if there's a 5e version of it, okay, I'll see what it's about, and maybe the setting will bring them in. Yeah, what's that? It's
not the same thing. Okay, to be fair, I have never played Traveler. However, I know how it works. Right, it's the 2d6 roll under. You've got your life path for character creation, and it's famous for your character could actually die during that life path, right? You can roll, hey, you're dead. Okay, roll up a new character, right? That's its. I know nothing about the setting.
Yes.
I know it's not class and level based.
Right. Yes. So that'll be interesting, won't it?
How?
Yeah. I don't know. You'd have to get be in the comments for the crowdfunder to find out how the hell they did
the crowdfunder are just 5e stands who are praising it
in
heaven and back. Anyway.
Yes, so Traveler is one of the oldest RPGs that still works today. Since 1977, without stopping, there have been versions of it. It's currently under the stewardship of Mongoose Publishing in a 2nd edition. So if you haven't played it, you should try it out. I don't know about the Mongoose version. I've looked at it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. Yeah. But it seems strange that they would do this. But whatever they're doing a hell of a lot of it. I think it's 1,600 pages of rule books
I've
that are
said
coming
before,
out.
the number of pages in the book doesn't sell me on anything.
Right. Yes. So yeah. So it's a little strange and worrisome, but there is a little bit of encouragement is that Timothy Brown, who worked for Games Design Workshop, the original publishers of Traveller, specifically worked on Traveller 2300 and Traveller 4E for Imperium Games, is part of this. So he's part of the Traveller and 5e experts group that is working of developers that's working on this. So what does that mean? I mean, it at least it's going to keep the brand alive, because you could convert anything to 5e and somebody would buy it, but but at least it's going to keep that name in people's because it's kind of I think we noticed Exodus is using Traveller as the name of the characters that you're playing in the video game. So you are travelers because of their time dilation thing.
Okay.
So that name is starting to get, kind of co-opted by other systems and other settings. So it's good that at least they're keeping it alive.
Traveler could be trademarked. What are you, GW, trying to trademark their Space Marine?
Right. So $1 million was
thrown.
Yeah, it was thrown at this. Yeah, it was collected from suckers earlier this year. Fulfillment in 2026 is planned, but you know how that goes. So Timothy Brown is involved, so that's a little bit encouraging, I guess, but it doesn't seem that the system makes any sense. I can't imagine putting a life path in a 5e system. You're not playing superheroes, so who knows? Who knows how they're going to make it actually work? I'm sorry, no, not 1,600, 2,000 pages. If you paid who knows how much, you get a 2,000-page slipcase edition, 4 to 5 books. I guess they haven't decided yet how they're going to break up all this nonsense. But good luck with that. Let us know in the comments if you get your hands on this thing and what it actually does. It might be a fun thing, if we can find a quick start or something floating around just to see how they did it. Like, what in the world were they thinking? Might be fun. All right.
I don't even know what the stats for the original Traveller are, but I have to think it's not strength, dex, con, whiz, int,
Right. I would have, yeah. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we'll see. And finally, Modifius got the license. We got the license for Discworld, and boy, are they running with it! They did a really gorgeous RPG set. All the books and everything. Everything was so perfect to the setting, the maps and how they just the tone of the writing and everything. It was just perfect. But it was such bad timing. I'm like, I'm not gonna $400. No, let's not do that. But it was really tempting. But fear not, things are coming to retail now. So Discworld fans, I have a lot to look forward to next year from Modifius Entertainment. They're making multiple games for the Discworld license. So they just had the successful crowdfunding with their adventures in Ankh-Morpork, and that will go to retail Q2 of next year. They're going to do a Reader's Digested, a board game that reskins Moonblue City, that will be another release in the Q1 of next year, and the card game Kill Sam Vimes, and also coming to crowdfunding, a new setting for the successfully crowdfunded previous RPG. So a new RPG campaign, basically set in Lancer and Uberwald. Will debut next year, so that won't probably fulfill until the year or so after. But yeah, they've confirmed they're making new lines of games featuring Terry Pratchett's Discworld franchise. Okay. So yeah, it makes sense. Take advantage of it while they have it. Who knows how long they're going to have it, and we'll see if any of it's any good. But yeah, so a card game, a board game, and then a further campaign for the RPG. Okay. So yeah, I hope some of the nice books and things that they did for the crowdfunding show up at retail. It'd be nice to get a hold of some of that stuff, but to get everything all together was a little little rich at the time. Yes. So yeah, the board game is going to be designed. It's a reskin of the Rainier Knizia board game, the Blue Moon City. So a good Euro title that's just going to be rethemed, 2 to 4 players, and the card game. They didn't say anything, but yeah, there will be a card game, and it looks a little fun and playful. And so they're planning on the card game is coming Q3 of next year. Kill Sam Vimes. You drop your unlucky assassin into a contract to kill the titular character and try not to fall foul of the deadly traps and tricks imagined by the Duke of Ankh. Okay. So yeah, that will be that's great that the success of the crowdfunder meant that they're okay. This is a popular IP. Let's keep cranking stuff out. So the new campaign setting will be Lunker and Uberwald. So explore the witches of Lunker and Uberwald and the Chalk. So if you know that series, lots of fun stuff coming. And yeah, they did a great job. But just the text of the crowdfunding page was like written like pitch perfect for Terry Pratchett. So I'm like, oh, that's great. And so it's good to see these kind of homages and these things stay alive. So that'll do it for this week.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
I forget, man. No, Instagram, Blue Sky, Hivemind, HYVEMYND, where I finally got my new phone set up and everything's working. But yeah. Normally, I haven't been working on much because, like, normally I just place an order for stuff and then largely just forget about it. And then it shows up. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I ordered this. I've been waiting for my 32mm blackout stuff. And it's one of the things, like, I haven't forgotten about it. I'm just like, kind of really want to work on that. And unless and until it shows up, I'm just like, nothing else is really holding my attention. So
interesting. Yeah.
It's like,
so it's going to have you're going to have the starter set. So the tokens and everything.
I opted for not the starter set.
Okay.
I mean, the Black Friday deal is done, but like there was a deal going on the starter set. There was an even like bigger deal because of Black Friday. So if you, depending on how much you spent, you got up to like 20% off your whole order. It was an additional 15% off the 2-player starter set. But the 2-player starter set, I looked at the 2 forces, and while they were good, I'm like, they're not really catching my attention. It was two forces, some D10, like 3 D10s, the coil-bound rulebook, and like card stock tokens. I'm like, that's cool. But there were 2 other factions I was a lot more interested in, and the acrylic tokens looked pretty cool. So I figured out, and I already have, like, the basic rules are available for free. So I kind of like crunched the numbers like in a bunch of math, and I said, it's about the same price for me to get 2 kind of force groups, a couple extra models that work for either one, the acrylic tokens, and since they're 32mm, their space elevator terrain set. Because I don't have anything that's 32mm scale, and me being the type of person it would bug me if I used 28mm scale stuff. So I said it's not the starter set, but I've got 2 forces, a bunch of options, and terrain that they say can fill up to like a 3x3 board, which is like usually it's 2x2, sometimes all the way up to like 4x4. So anyway, I'm just
very cool.
waiting for that to show up.
Yeah, like nice. Where's it shipping from?
The States.
Okay.
States, right?
Okay, so it's good to go this way instead of that way.
Yeah.
I've been seeing some people.
Like I don't think anything is going that way.
Yeah,
it's the other way, right? Like I even told my parents, I'm just like, I don't know if I'll be sending anything back home for Christmas. But yeah, so I'm eagerly awaiting that. Shipping was expensive. It says it's going to get here on like the 12th. I haven't even gotten a message saying it's been packed yet, which is not anything against Enemy Spotted Studios. Just
right. It's a busy time, but as soon as it's in Japan, it's gonna be. It's so nice. As soon as it lands, it's like boom. Yeah,
it is. I'm hoping I don't get. It was a rather pricey order. I'm hoping I don't get with any kind of like extra shipping.
I think you might get tariffed because it's a board game. It's going to be books There's no books in there. Oh, there's no books?
I wonder if they just say miniatures.
Yeah. We'll have to see. Yeah, it depends on what they call it in the shipping. But yeah, I get nailed for books. I haven't been, but anything that books and dice, that's a board game. So I get nailed.
Interesting. So the last one I got, talking shop here, the last one I got hit was the Outgunned Adventure, which soured me a little bit because I'm like, you broke it up into 3 shipping. Anyway. So all that rant over. How about you?
All right. I'm doing abuse cartoons on YouTube and Twitter. That's still on GoComics, gocomics.com/domestic abuse. And check out rcharvey.com for cartooning and comics lore. I edited that site for many, many years, and now it's open to the public. So if you like what we're doing here on the Weekly, consider becoming a weekling.
The strongest of all supporters.
You can do that at patreon.com/upturntable. Upturntable.com is our website. If you become a weekling, just let us know what you'd like to see more of on the Weekly. So
less talking about international shipping
and
no promises.
5 e-conversions, right? And You can also become a member on the YouTube channel from that join button below this video. The Patreon will feature the audio from all of our live streams, sweetened and on the RSS feed, so easy to listen to as a podcast. And but everything also goes in the member area. All the exclusive videos go in the member areas for both Patreon and YouTube. So that's going to do it for this week. We'll be back again next week.
Later, mortals.
Goodbye. How's everybody doing? Let me check out, see if I have the chat. Yeah, it worked. Seems to have worked. Got Matt all happy. Traveler 5E. Yeah, that's too bad that, I mean, and Mongoose, may just be looking at numbers and stuff and saying, wow, imagine how many, copies of the 5e version we could sell. It does really feel like that live action Disney remake. It's like, why would you possibly go that way? Yeah, and Matt was making the point. Yeah, Traveler's pretty deadly, so it's not really compatible with 5e because those characters live forever. Yeah. And your stats are your hit points in Traveler. Right, right. So strength, dex, endurance, intellect, education, and social standing. And death and character creation was made an option in the... Oh, good. In the Mongoose version. So, yeah, what do you roll for? Diplomacy or persuasion? Yeah, yeah. So skill-based, so you'd use a skill married to a stat. Yeah, yeah. It's a really strange deal for them to make, but got them $1 million on crowdfunding, so it doesn't have to be good if they can cheaply produce it. And I'm really worried if they're going to be making four 250-page books, or because the larger, I don't think there's any Chinese printer that can print a binding that's going to hold more than a couple hundred pages, everything, because the people were already complaining some of their Daggerheart books were falling apart. I don't have any physical books, so I don't know where they're printed, but I would imagine China. So yeah, we gotta be careful with printing physical stuff that isn't going to last, because it's the only good thing about physical stuff is it's physical and it's hopefully sticks together. Yes. Oh, Matt saying, oh yeah, the Trudvang solo. Yeah, the side missions are silly. They don't give you enough. Like they should be very rewarding because there's no XP generated. And the one I played, the first one that got unlocked, was just not. It was just a lot of combat, a lot of inescapable combat, and a hammer that I had to surrender anyhow. And a ring that got upgraded. That was it, and then 2 XP. So yeah, but it's fun. I like the setting, and we're already kind of kind of unwrapping. There's these weregarms, the kind of the feral cat beasts. So we run into a few shapeshifters that are those. So there's a cult involved in that, and the dwarves kind of in turmoil. So it's fun so far, the setting. I want to go back to my Trudvang RPG books and read some of that setting and see how close they're capturing some of the dynamics and things that are going on there, and what the role of undead in that setting is, because it feels similar to what Dragonbane did. It's a fallen empire, and there's like warriors and knights of the past that are still haunting sites and wondering how they lost, or how could they have lost, or why can't they get things back to the way they were. So that would be interesting. So we'll see. But yeah, so I'll keep at it. It's a fun thing to do at night. I'm wondering, we'll have to see if I end up. I'll read the solo rules setup again, and maybe I'll get rid of one of the characters so that the combat goes a little faster, and we'll see. Yeah, I don't know what what the best move is, because combat's a bit of a slog, because you would be simultaneously drawing, but instead I do it one at a time, so it takes like 3 times as long. So the streams would probably be like an hour and a half, and now they're 3 hours. So I don't know if it's worth it. It's fun though to read. I like reading the passages. They're well written and fun storytelling for the and which is good for an adventure story game. It's good that it works. But yeah, so we'll see. So it's going to stay set up through December. Whether I get through it or not will be another thing. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention tomorrow. We're going to do a kind of session 0 and probably like a first start to the adventure for the Palace of the Silver Princess, playing old school essentials, classic. So the basic rules, basically BX, D&D with the corners rounded off a little better. It's a good reproduction of it, and we're gonna kind of pick and choose. I think we'll do Thaco and the morale rules and play in Mystara, but we might end up kind of customizing it. But we'll go with the initial setting so far. And if this continues to be something that's not just because this is going to kind of be a fill-in game thing that we do for a while. And if we don't, if it doesn't get into serious world building and stuff, we'll just stick with Mystara. But yeah, that should be fun. I'm interested to see how the rule set goes, and we definitely want to we're going to do group initiative, D6 group initiative, and things that try to streamline combat as much as possible, because miss okay, well, miss okay, miss is the downfall of those older systems. So we'll see if we can mitigate some of that slog. But it's, I guess, yeah, all the basic stuff is pretty combat heavy, but there's some fun. I think the couple of modules that I was thinking about doing have a lot of fun social stuff. And of course, being weak level 1 characters, you don't want to just go charging into combats so much. So yeah, it'll be fun to see some problem solving and some some negotiation, because it's a fun house. Both of the modules I was thinking about running for this are just really kind of fun house modules, very random silliness to figure out what the heck is going on. Nice. Oh, Matt was saying, when I briefly ran Trudvang RPG, I killed the whole party with one Barrow White Revenant thing. Oh, wow. Yeah, the Drogar. Oh, wow. But to be fair, we never convinced we understood the rules. Yeah, all that points. Okay, I got to spend a point to attack, points to defend. What am I doing here? Nice. Yeah. Yeah, their ability sucks. They have an ability to do extra damage unless you exhaust the characters in the card game, the board game. So that ends up, until I figured out that you should be interacting with that mechanic a lot more, the exhaust mechanic. It's interesting. I guess they had to come up with a term for it. They should have distinguished the sides of the cards. You know how you have, like, if you have a status, like sometimes there's a flip side of the card and it's the bloodied version of your character or whatever. They should have done something where the appearance of the card is visually, you can definitely see, oh, that's on that side. The art is almost the same on both sides, just the border details are a little different. So it's not easy to tell immediately if your character is exhausted. But so many things interact with that mechanic. It's something you have to, be able to do to purchase runes or to get extra damage and things, or to escape damage. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're going to be unlocking a lot more monsters and things. Yeah, I think I want to, before some of the really big monsters come out, I think I want to paint them up a little bit so they look better on the board. Just that wash on that kind of chocolate brown plastic doesn't look very good. It just makes them dark and dingy looking. So maybe I'll clear coat those and then do the ink wash again, and maybe a little dry brush so they have some details kind of showing a little bit better, because they're nice models. I really like. I mean, it's the same sculpt for everything. So every enemy has the same sculpt, but they're nice looking. Because they're copying either the Paul Bonner or the Tepia illustrations, and they're very faithful, very good looking models. So yeah, I want to make them look decent on the board. But yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, just I think I made a mistake running multiple characters. So if I go down to solo, that means nothing is going to be boosted. I'll be more powerful and nothing's going to be boosted. So that might be the way to go. We'll see. They give you some rules, and they suggest don't swap characters during a campaign between adventures, because it kind of interrupts probably the power curve for them leveling up and things. And I'm not doing any more side quests unless something sounds really, really fun. So we'll just play the main campaign for a while and see how that goes. And the side quests will stay on the board, so we can visit those at any time. But that was just really disappointing. It didn't feel like I was doing much of anything. Bang in my head. And Abyss hung in there with me. Thank you, Abyss. It's nice to see you show up. I think I scared Calarian off the first time I tried to do it. I was using an older PC without a video card, just a little mini tower that I had hooked up to the TV. So I'm like, oh, this will be fine. We can easily do this. It could not even handle a video input. Like, the video was cut, very 5 frames a second or whatever. So I'm like, okay, it's okay. It's just a board game. It doesn't have to be, fluid. You can just see the states of the board change, but it wouldn't even stay online. I couldn't even lower the bit rate enough and get the CPU to even even try. So I had a really weird stream where OBS would go off. I'm still streaming, and so it's just like it looks like I just edited chunks because the part where the stream stopped, YouTube just cuts out. So it's just and then. So I think I scared Calarion away. Not going to watch that. That looks terrifying. Nice. Yeah. The first stream was so bad. Yeah, but I ended up moving. Moved everything, the big PC and everything to the dining room. I'm going to put Christmas lights on it so nobody can see it, and got everything working well. But we'll see. Oh, yeah, so check out, I should link to Orcus's interviews. He's done some really good stuff on the site, anticipating the Black Company release. So interviews with the designer, like 2 or 3 parts. So yeah, really good in-depth stuff talking about, their kind of design approach and everything. So that's definitely worth checking out if you are excited for the Black Company RPG. All right. But yeah, so we'll see how this all plays out. Everyone, that's not Games Workshop is kind of, carefully sticking their toe in the digital only world. And I hope that it does end up like, because there are digital hoarders, so people are going to steal. If you put something out there digitally, there are people that are going to just collect STLs just to have them on a hard drive. But it would be nice to see war games become more accessible, because all you need is somebody in your group to have a 3D printer, or somebody that to have a 3D printer, and then you can have access to armies and things, no shipping, decent, nice detail, being nice and printable. Although I'm seeing people really, I guess FDM printing is getting better, and maybe they just don't want to deal with the toxicity of photoresin. But so many people are pushing so hard to do, FDM printing for miniatures, and there's no getting rid of the layer lines. I mean, you're just not. So they're not very paintable. If you don't care about that, if you just want stuff that looks like the stuff on the table, it's fine. But yeah, I'm seeing so many people go, oh, I got to do this. How do I get rid of these lines? You don't. That's why you go for the SLA. That's why you do the photoresin, because you can't get away. I mean, I guess it's for terrain and stuff, you don't care so much. And a lot of times with terrain, you're going to be putting like texture paint and stuff on the models anyhow, and then they're more durable and not as heavy. So a lot of terrain, I think, is made for the PLA printing, the FDM stuff. But even the stuff that on both the Mantic and Steamforged, they're saying all their terrain is set up. At least this, the supported stuff is set up to be printed with resin. So they want it heavy, and I like that. I like I printed their tower, and it's nice. It's a big solid chunk, so it's not going to shift around on the table. It's not going to be, you can't knock it over easily. It's a big chunk of resin, so that's good. But yeah, so it's interesting to watch how things are shifting around, and people trying to maybe take advantage of a blind spot. But I think with the popularity of the IP, 40K is not going anywhere, and they have no reason to be drug into digital anything. But you can see that they're thinking about it, because they're hitting everybody so hard. I've seen so many people say they have nothing related to 40K anything on their Etsy site or their My Mini Factory, or or one of the STL sites or Patreon, and they're getting hit by automatic lawyers. Lawyer bots are sending them takedown notices. So who knows? But yeah, and I think I feel so much better about companies that are proxy friendly with their games, because it's not, I think Games Workshop is all about creating a have and have nots. It's like, oh, well, if you can't commit, and they just need you to buy in, like they just need you to buy in for the latest thing, and then fuck you. That's basically, what have you bought lately? Did you buy the latest edition? Otherwise, fuck you. That's a real attitude they seem to have, because they're all about promoting the latest, hottest thing. And even like back in the day, I remember just talking to people at the Warhammer stores, and when you're looking at the newest stuff, they just kind of roll their eyes. So they don't even want to sell that stuff. They know what that marketing strategy was even like 10 years ago. Oh, you want to play the new faction? Okay. Yeah, so the players that have been around for a while, and even the people, at the stores are like, ugh, funny. Matt saying, it's kind of ironic that I buy the most Classic Traveler novel at the same time that the Truffle 5e announcement. Yes, that's funny. Yeah, that was cool to see. Matt posted a picture of that. Yeah, very cool. Oh, good. I'm glad it didn't scare Clarion off. Just not. I'm doing it. I'm starting late. I was gonna do it like maybe after dinner every night, but then it turns into, oh, I'm a little sleepy. Maybe I'll have something to drink, and okay, well now I'm gonna go stream. So yeah, I gotta do it. The timing is not good, but it'll be there. The streams will be there, so you can do a marathon. I'll do a giant playlist of 400 hours of Trudvang board gaming. Yeah, if that goes, I want to take a look at some of the other games I have, because it'd be fun to get in a habit of playing some of those, like Dungeon Degenerates. I would love to, especially with the black light. I'd love to do a stream of Dungeon Degenerates with a black light, so all the fluorescent ink is all glowing. That would be pretty cool. So if I can figure out how to do that, and if they have solo rules, or at least I can run multiple characters without it like screwing up the game. Because if it's competitive, then that's not going to work, or not competitive, but if there's advantages to like screwing over other players in the mechanics, then it's got to be totally cooperative game to kind of fake solo it. But we'll see. And I've got some other stuff coming too that will be good for solo, some real gorgeous fantasy games. So we'll get one of those on the table sometime next year too, and I'll be abusing the dining room table for years to come. But yeah, so look for our character creation, and yeah, we'll there's so many different ways to soften the 3d6 down the line character creation, but I think we should roll some crappy characters for basic. I think that would be the most fun. It's like, my prime stat is barely good enough to make me a cleric or make me a fighter. We're just gonna do that. Yeah, so we'll see, because there's roll 4d6 and drop the lowest. There's roll roll and then assign it to a stat, and there's a lot of like different ways to do that. But I think I think 3d6 down the line, and then just see how wacky it is. And if there's no way to fix it so that it's a usable character, then just roll, just start again. I think that's what Old School Essentials recommends, is if there's more than a few scores, like below 7 or something, then just do it again, because it's not going to be very playable. But we should do crap characters, because I think that's the most fun, is figuring out how to make crap characters work. Nice. Oh, I talked through everything, Matt, on the Trudvang board game thing. So I think, and there's a lot of, not as much as I hoped, but there's a lot of reading of story. So that should be fine. You're going to just hear me say a lot, oh, I got a red rune, I got a blue rune, I got a, so, but I talked through everything. So there's something to listen to. I don't think it's It doesn't need to be necessarily. I don't know. I don't think it's too visual. I mean, you're going to miss the beautiful Paul Bonner art, but it's a kind of bird's eye view of the board. So nothing too close. I think it's okay, and I'll make an effort to not say stuff or to explain everything that I'm doing, because that's what I was talking through the rules in not only to help me remember to do everything, but also to people that are watching, help them learn how to play. Yeah. Suboptimal. We'll do suboptimal OSR. SOOSR. Yeah, we'll start the new movement of the SOSR movement. Yeah, it'll be fun, and this will just be a test. I haven't run. It's been quite a few years since I've run a basic module, so it'll be fun to see if I can even do it. Yeah. Very funny. It's interesting. I was listening to Goodman Games talk about the Silver Princess, and they didn't. They kind of glossed over any of the controversy or whatever. But the funny thing that they let slip out all the time is the weird their weird life experience, or their weird history with RPGs, and I played them with my church group, or there was a guy that I played them with my parents. I'm really surprised, the weird range of people's early experiences with RPGs, and they wanted to play this so bad that they're like, mom, come here. It's just, I can't even imagine. It's like, oh, my son doesn't have any friends, so I guess I'll play Dungeons and Dragons with him. That was interesting. The very strange kind of all kinds of random, and so a lot of people from either the Northwest or kind of Midwest, so similar types of families, and the churches around and stuff. So interesting stuff going on. Oh, but listening to people talk about that module, I found my absolute favorite. It's just not all of his stuff, but some of this guy's stuff is my absolute favorite. So if you don't know, if you only have this modern idea of Dungeons and Dragons players, the kind of I don't want to say anything too derogative, but the theater kids, and the kind of the neurodivergent, we'll say that nicely, the people that are identifying with stuff, with this stuff, and the ones that Critical Role and everything brought in. You got to remember, and it's kind of a stereotype, the nasally nerd kind of character, like the Android's Dungeon guy on The Simpsons, the comic book guy from Android's Dungeon on The Simpsons, that kind of guy. But there is a perfect there is a perfect RPG nerd, and I found his channel, and I love his delivery. He was going through just using some random kind of photos, some Google Images kind of photos, to talk about certain things in the game, and then make a really weird dad joke about something in the picture, and it was just killing me, because it reminded me of so much of the people that you came into contact with the hobby, and you had to kind of love those people and love socializing with those really awkward people to to really get in there. I'm totally not finding his channel, but I'll definitely post something about it, because I was just blown away. This is the guy. This is this guy for me embodies RPG nerd, and nobody else. No YouTubers really do. There's really weirdly uncomfortable people that cover tabletop gaming and stuff, that people that are hard to watch. But this guy is just it's just beautiful. He's so good. And not in a mocking way or anything. It's just that's exactly, this is the guy that loved RPGs and that has always loved RPGs. And it's nice that I can't tell from his voice or anything. He doesn't sound older. He sounds maybe 30s. I don't know, but he really does have a nice. Let's see if I can recreate my search that found him, because I subscribed to his channel, but it's not coming up. RPG mods fan. He is it. He's perfect. He's pitch perfect. He's pitch perfect D&D RPG fan. I love him. He's absolutely the best. So if you want to hear somebody talk about D&D like we used to talk about D&D and how the fans work, definitely I'll put this in the chat. I loved this guy. Like, just hearing him and the corny weird jokes he would make and stuff. It's like, this is exactly it. Like, this is the guy. This is who we should be playing with, not the theater kids, not the annoying theater kids that are making us first they're going to have to tell us all the meds they're on and all of their all of the improvements that they've been making. Yeah, just really really funny, and just like uses like diamond and star wipes on his videos and stuff. It's just it's perfect. So if it's a character, if this is like an Andy Kaufman level character that he's doing, it's amazing. I don't think it is. I think this is a real guy, and I don't think he shows his face on his channel, but I love him. He's absolutely, like, when I was listening, it's just like I just want to listen to. I want him to talk about everything that's ever existed. Good stuff. Yes. Oh, and talks a little bit. Yeah, there's some Traveler in there. Oh, Matt, you got to check him out. I don't know if you're gonna like him, but I loved his. It's just like, that's the guy. That's the guy that I want to play these games with, because gets the most joy and has the most like invested in tabletop. Beautiful channel. All right. I haven't listened to everything, so it may go. I don't know his politics. I don't know how hard he goes, in certain directions. But it just reminded me, like, his tone of stuff reminded me of, back in the day, how people used to feel about the hobby. All right, but yes. So we'll do some old school essentials, and yeah, that's cool that they're doing their new kind of combined books. That's the thing. I'm glad they're kind of doing that now, because it was difficult for me to find good VTT source, because everybody did advanced. Like, everybody that did modules and stuff for old school essentials, plugins for VTTs, character sheets and stuff, it's all for the advanced version, which is an advanced D&D. And I wanted to play the BX old modules, so there wasn't great support for that. I did find something for Roll20, so we'll be on Roll20. So you'll hear me complain, bitch and complain about how badly I can't use it. And the other thing that's going to be insane is we're going to use Dungeon Scroll. I think that's what it's called. I'm going to use the mapping software that they integrated into Roll20. So I'm going to draw the maps live. So I'm not going to deal with any fog of war or revealing anything, because I haven't figured out the lighting systems and stuff in Roll20 just suck, and I can't get everybody to see the same thing, and I can't figure out what how to get them set up. So if it's not like a pre-made map with lighting in it, I can't build stuff well yet. So we're just going to draw it as we go along, and roll on Roll20, that Dungeon Scroll, you can draw it in the Dungeon Scroll software, and then it populates, it updates. So hopefully that's not going to be a problem. So hopefully everybody sees everything, and it doesn't take too long to update as we're going through things. But I can draw the map live, and you can have tokens on the map as I'm drawing it. I hope this goes well. We'll see. But it'll have that old school, like, hatched. I'll do it like on a paper texture, and so we're going to be drawing on graph paper, and I'll have that old school hatched map look. And I'll just draw the palace as you guys explore it. And hopefully I can find, because it's kind of like it's a lot of the other map making processes. You've got layers, and then you've got kind of objects you can drag onto there. So stairs and everything have their own little tool to make things. So doing it live, it may take a little bit for, because I'm gonna have to do some cave structures and water and things. So we'll play around with that, and I'll practice between sessions. So let's do this. Yeah. So it should be fun. Should be fun. Something new for the channel. Something we haven't done before. Nice. Oh, cool. Oh, that's a cool idea too, Matt. Yeah. If you finish something up that you really like, we should do a book discussion thing, especially for RPG books. That would be fun. That's something we haven't ever done before, because we've done movies and like TV shows and stuff that have like, similar genre or whatever, but haven't done any book stuff on the channel. Nice. Yeah, so let me know, Matt, if the it's my nice mic at home, so the sound should be okay. The crazy thing that I noticed, I was telling Chris about this between when she was getting ready to go. The mic is really sensitive, and I got the headphones turned up high so I can make sure I hear all the noise from the AC and everything. But we've got some what are they called? There's some kind of lemurs, got some little monkeys in our backyard that Hakobishin. Yeah. They I guess there are like actual lemurs here. Hakobishin, they live in the there's a fruit tree. It's not a really yummy edible tree. It's like a real sour fruit tree that back behind the house, and these things like talk and make weird sounds, but it almost sounds like children. So I was like, it was like one of those Ghost Hunter, one of those like Conjuring movies. I put my headphones on, I was setting up, and it was really windy, so there's something was blowing against the house. I was hearing bong bong, but then scratch. Yeah, this was like, what the fuck is that? There's something like talking and crawling on the house that you normally can't hear. Like it's too quiet to hear, but the mic picked it up. Like, that's bizarre. Yeah, we have the full deal, the monkeys that you see in the hot springs and stuff. We get a couple of those occasionally coming down from the mountains. Let's see what they actually be seen. Hakubishin. It's a mask. Oh, it's a civet. Yeah, so it's not like a lemur. It's more like a kind of a weasel looking thing. A masked palm civet. So we have palm trees in Japan, and I guess these guys like stuff that bears fruit. Hakobishin is a masked palm civet. So more like a really chunky ferret. Sometimes it looks like a cat. Like I just think I was like, how did a cat can't really move like that? So their legs are a little bit shorter. So kind of like a large, less lanky, more chunky ferret. Yeah, but they have kind of a mask look on them. Yeah. But they make weird noises. Yeah, I was really surprised. And sometimes when they fight, because I think sometimes they run into cats, or I think there's a raccoon. Somebody had a pet raccoon, I'm sure they released, that they fight with. And when they scream, it's bizarre. It sounds really, really crazy. So civet, yeah, it's kind of like whatever a civet is. What do they classify civet? But it's crawling around on the house. Oh yeah, it's kind of like a wild cat. A small, lean, mostly nocturnal mammal. Yeah. Loves the tropical forest. Yeah, so there's palm trees and stuff. Bamboo, mostly bamboo, palm trees and fruit trees behind us. So they crawl around on there. I don't know what they're yeah, one of the search returns was calling them cats. They're not really cats. Carnivorian mammalian species. Yeah, there's an African variety. We got an Asian variety. Yeah, all over Southeast Asia. Yes. So we got all kinds of funny wildlife. Nice. Yeah, Japan has those, if you've ever seen those, what are they called? What are the Japanese monkeys variety? They're more up in the north. But they're really aggressive. They're like, kind of like the deer. They're kind of used to people. The macaques. So they're macaques. The kind of pink faced monkeys with the reddish kind of puffy hair. They're really used to people, and they steal stuff. They're like, if you go to the area, like park your car in the areas where they have the monkey parks and you leave your window down, they'll go into your car and steal things. they're real bastards. Yeah, so snow macaques. Yeah, so they're mostly up in the north. But yeah, we because it gets cold enough, I guess, in the mountains. We had one come back down from the mountains. It was just like sitting sitting on the balcony of the apartment building, just kind of hanging out. But it's rare. We rarely get them coming right down so far. And there's a lot of on the topic of Japan and bears. There's and wildlife. There's a big bear epidemic. There's been like 200 attacks, or maybe 100 attacks last year, which is pretty high for Japan. So the Japanese black bears, and there's a specific reason. It might be tourism, but there's another reason. I don't know if it's overdevelopment or some, maybe like putting in cell towers and stuff, like construction stuff going on. It's kind of chasing the bears into more inhabited areas. And of course, once a bear finds something to eat, he's not going to let you go. They're not big, but they're pretty vicious. They're bears. So the Japanese black bears have been terrorizing people this year. So something has disturbed their probably both their hibernation and their territories. Yay. Yeah, like a cat lemur. Yeah, very, very much. Yeah, they're really they make weird sounds, but it's always, and they're very, like, you almost never see them except at night. They're moving around and active at night. I've seen them like a couple of times during the day. Maybe kind of get disturbed from wherever they're sleeping. But yeah, they walk around on the roof. Like they've got a little outbuilding behind the house. They walk on that, and then they climb up on the tree, and yeah. But I think that that fruit tree that's behind the neighbor's house, they love. So every time that in the fall, when that fruits, they get pretty active and start collecting those. I wouldn't eat I wouldn't eat from that tree, but they do. Nice. Oh yeah, we're still getting raccoons. Yeah, and people are they Japan won't kill. They don't the Buddhists don't kill, so they just let these animals infest stuff. And the best that they'll do is like trap them and move them to less residential areas. But yeah, there was like a Ghibli movie, or some studio did a cute raccoon family animated movie like back in the 80s. So everybody started, and the rules for animal importation and stuff are not very strong here, which is crazy because you can upset the ecosystem very easily. But a bunch of people got baby raccoons as pets, and they didn't know that the raccoons grow up and they become vicious fuckers and not easy to tame. So then they just threw them out of the house. Once they attacked the children, they threw the raccoons outside. So yeah, they've found their homes in Buddhist temples and stuff, and keep reproducing. So yeah, you'll get the occasional like North American raccoon fucking around in Japan, just because they got probably illegally imported into the country, and yeah, they're still around. Yeah, and they make that raccoon. I had to deal with raccoons a lot in the U.S. Getting into your trash and stuff, and they're tricky little fuckers too, because yeah, I just had some funny raccoon, and my spouse is not a fan of raccoons because camping, going to summer camp in Canada, they were dealing with raccoons stealing all their snacks out of the tents and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, there are plain old American raccoons here. Yeah, so pet stores get a little crazy, and even the animal cafes. They've got owl cafes and weasel cafes, every kind of like strange animal you don't really want sitting on you while you're drinking coffee. They have those cafes here in Japan. So the animal thing, it's funny. I think they are very worried about predatory, kind of dangerous insects and diseases upsetting agriculture here, but they do weird stuff with pets. People like weird pets here, so you get a lot of shady importing of trendy pets, and those little weird tiny marmosets or whatever, those little weird tiny monkeys that just shriek it in your face and eat grapes. That kind of stuff you see in pet stores. Trash Panda's got a Trash Panda. That's exactly it. Yeah, the Trash Pandas are running wild, just like all the other gaijin here. Do whatever the hell they want. Yeah, they're having a lot of trouble now in the entertainment areas in Tokyo. The aggressive, I forget the, but the people that are sent out by bars and stuff to bring in customers, and they just lie to them, tell them whatever, whatever they can. But if you say no, they start a fight with you. So there's a lot of people on social media, getting into fights, and it's a lot of Nigerians. So yeah, enough said about what kind of businesses they're promoting. But yeah, people are getting into fist fights now with the. They're not buskers. What is that? There's a word for the people that try to round up customers. Most of the time it's harmless. It's like people with aprons and holding menus and stuff. But if it's for girls' bars or show pubs and stuff, that it's more aggressive, and it's like, well, you don't like girls, kind of soliciting. Whatever. But it's always been. I mean, that's existed forever. Every nightclub and every kind of adult business, they tend to have want a certain type of bodyguard or security or bouncer at the front of the establishment. So yeah, that's been in Japan since the 80s. Nothing new. All right. Matt says his mom lived in the foothills and basically was subsidizing the raccoon population up there. Yeah, I would shoot me a couple of raccoons if I could. Yeah, they're a menace. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, enough of the wildlife in Japan. So let's get excited about some old school essentials. So yeah, I found a good PDF that we can all use for the basic version. And I found I didn't have I had the advanced set, the box set. I didn't have the basic set, and I found a good deal during the Black Friday sale. The basic box set is on the way. That will be fun. And the one thing that Old School Essentials did is in their zines and everything, they just they did everything as far as so maybe we can branch out into if some other people want to play or whatever, but I wanted to stick with the basic choices, the 7 I think basic choices for character types and race as class kind of stuff. So dwarf, elf, halfling are classless. Basically they just are those guys. And but they did a lot. Old School Essentials did a lot of supporting stuff. So there's all kinds of extra stuff we can kind of plug in if we want. But yeah, we'll have that talk. So that'll be a fun discussion for the session 0 is, okay, we're going to do this, and why do we want to do this, and is there anybody that would prefer not to do that? Those sorts of things. But yeah, let's play some Deadly Suboptimal Basic. Sounds like fun. Touts, there you go. Yeah, that sounds about right, Matt. Thanks for the people hiring. Yeah, so yeah, persistently soliciting a business in an aggressive way. Yeah, touts is definitely what we're dealing with, and all of the that's the worst part about being a woman in Japan is guys really aggressive. They call them the host guys, the skinny guys with the big hair, the big sprayed hair in the little sleazy suits, just will not leave girls alone. So a girl that's attractive in any way walking through an area is going to get attacked by all these guys trying to get them to come to my club, and they won't leave you alone. So that it's funny because I think it used to, so it grew out of a tradition of nampa in Japan, which was an innocent thing, which I think it existed in the 50s in the US. Teens hanging out in a certain area, there's a group of girls and a group of guys, and one will kind of head over and say hey, and because you're in the safety in numbers of a group of girls and a group of guys, and you're all teenagers. And so you meet a girl just by hanging out, in a certain area of the city, and from there you could actually probably in couples, like for safety, like he and his friend ask you and your friend if you want to go get sody pop or whatever, they did, probably coffee in the 80s, and basically meet a girlfriend or a boyfriend that way, out in the street. And I think people approaching each other and talking to each other, that then the touts kind of took advantage of that. And think so the probably earlier on, still in the 80s, girls said, oh, maybe this is a guy interested in me, and oh no, he just wants me to come to his bar, or he just wants me to work at his bar. Yeah, that's a lot of aggressive people asking for customers, or also for employees. Hey, do you want to make some quick money? Hey, do you want to? Yeah. So, and of course the AV industry does that as well. So yeah, it's there's a lot of harassment as a woman in Japan, which is weird. Oh, Abyss is gonna make a cleric, but now I gotta make something competent. Nice. I think we should have an all cleric party, and Will be a secret dwarven cleric. Like, we'll be we don't quite understand that he is actually a cleric. He's a very religious fighter, a very religious dwarf. He has his cleric tendencies. That would be funny, especially level 1, and a whole party of clerics. And that would be there'd be a good story for that. Maybe you were like visiting some kind of theology convention. But yeah, I have no problem with it being as weird, and silly as possible with the combinations of things. Yeah, and there'll be NPCs that you'll run into. So if somebody does die, there'll be NPCs, statted NPCs that you can take over if something unfortunate happens. we're gonna have a party of clerics, I think, and of course, if we're playing Mystara, there's no pantheon. It's all just the worship of immortals. There's no and nothing reflecting like known pantheons from human civilization, or anything from other stuff. Yeah, but we'll have fun. We'll work it all out in the session 0. That'll be the fun discussion. Like, what do you want to do? And you want to roll a cleric, but you don't get the wisdom, or whatever clerics need. I think wisdom. You can't get the stat high enough. That will have to influence. That may influence your decision, because if we are just going to go 3d6 down the line, that's going to make some choices hard, because you can move points. Like Old School Essentials let you for 2-to-1 move points, like mostly into your prime attribute. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see what we do. And I think Will's going to be a secret cleric. We'll have to tease him with that. Nice. Yeah, that would be funny. Arguing on the ability. My God, it's in the ground. My God is the sky. He laughs at your God. That will be your conversation the whole time. He is above your God. Yeah, it'll be fun. So let's do a brutal. Let's set the example of how brutal a session 0 can be. I'm gonna make this 7 wisdom cleric work. Yeah, it's going to be 0. Let's do a session 0. We can do like a starting scene. Like, I can introduce the adventure, and we can do a first scene. But I don't think depending on how long it takes to do the characters, I don't know how far we're going to get. And the module has fun. Like the other ones that we were looking through with Matt, it has like the starting equipment packs and stuff. So just to make stuff easy. So we don't have to spend like an hour shopping or whatever, but that's also fun too. Like, that can also be a lot of fun. So we can figure out what we want to do. Yeah. Oh yeah. So no like level 0, no no level 0, no funnel. So it's not going to be it may act as a funnel to take all your characters away from you, but it's not supposed to be. It's going to be like standard old school basic, where everyone's going to be level one session 0. Yeah. Matt's tired. Yes. So we'll we won't do a level 0 funnel. You guys will all be aspiring in your class or your race, an aspiring dwarf. That'll be cool. I want to see Will play a dwarf. I have not seen that before. But yeah, so we'll have some fun making that happen, and hopefully the technology will stay out of our way. I have the computer like hardwired now, so it's not Wi-Fi, so we shouldn't have any hiccups as far as in any signal or anything. It's going to be the the routers on the the ISP's end if we go down. But I was looking at Fantasy Grounds did not have some good support for OSE. And they didn't. That was the other interesting thing too. Is most VTTs are like no old school. Like I think all the OSR, the old school Renaissance stuff, was probably pen and paper, or they just, if they're going to have to play online, they just made do with different conferencing apps and stuff, because nobody supports like 3.5 was like the oldest a lot of stuff went. Some second edition D&D, but nobody went back to basic expert as far as support for that, which is funny because there's all those modules, and so no old school essential support. So a lot of the VTTs are missing that, and because Roll20's been around as long as it has, somebody wrote a character sheet for it at least, and that's all we really need. I'll just have all the other assets available. Nice. Yeah, gotta love those virtual keyboards. Nice. But dwarf checking off a ledge. Yeah, right. We're gonna have the most antagonistic party. You're all gonna have to be chaotic characters that just want to see each other die. Yeah, it'll be fun. I want to see what you guys come up with as far as like your reasons to be doing what you're doing. I hope I'll give you enough, kind of inspiration for that, but should be fun. So yeah, please subscribe to the channel if you want to get notified when we go live for our Old School Essentials campaign. And so we'll start with the session 0, make some characters, and there may be people kind of coming and going throughout. We'll kind of talk about how we want to handle that, if people are comfortable with their character being played by me as an NPC, or if they want to just have them kind of wander off, get lost for a session, if we have any scheduling problems, because this will be kind of a fill-in campaign. And I think the next thing we're going to be doing, Matt's going to need a couple of weeks to prepare for Swords of the Serpentine, so that'll be the next big campaign that we'll be doing. But for now, we're going to fill the gap with some BX. Oh no. So here is Matt's vibe for tomorrow. Oh no. I'm scared. Oh yeah. That's right. Yes, Matt's favorite, the dead alewives. Yeah, let's definitely lean into the old school. So, and if anybody has some Cheetos or Funyuns bags they can make noise with during the recording, that will be good. I can sweeten the mix with some cans being opened and some snacks being eaten. And we'll put Cheeto dust and Frito powder all over the screen. Hey Arturo, how's it going? All right, Arturo's got the comment of the week. Yeah, Traveler 5e is gonna be Temu Starfinder. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was when Starfinder, I still remember when they'd first just announced Starfinder, they're doing a sci-fi setting. Paizo's doing a sci-fi setting for a Pathfinder. It's like they're just gonna put space and star in front of everything in the Pathfinder setting, right? But no, they ended up doing an interesting job. I kind of like how they handled it, making it like there is a connection. And the thing that I love the most in that Starfinder, the first Starfinder core book, is they have their iconic characters from Pathfinder, and they did the sci-fi version. So like how what a paladin would look like in like battle armor, you know, like power armor and stuff in the Starfinder setting. That was really cool. It's like, okay, that's good. They kind of they're handling this in a fun way, and it was neat to see. Yeah, it can work. You could, you know, you could actually convert your character to something that would function in Starfinder and isn't just a, you know, wizard in space or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Good to see you, Arturo. Yeah. Nice. So yeah, it should be oh, so we're not, maybe no magic users. Yeah, interesting. We'll have a it'll be a dwarf and a couple of clerics. A dwarf and a couple of clerics walk into a palace. All right. Cool. So yeah. Thank you to everyone for the great chat, and we will be back again. Be back again next week with some weekly. Yeah, so Chris should be around. I think vacations are going to start kind of after Christmas, so we should have a couple more weeks of regular weeklies before any holiday interruption. But I think after Christmas, yeah, Chris is traveling. So I will be around, and we will be back tomorrow for some old school essentials. So thanks, everybody, especially patrons and members. We love you, and thanks for your help with the channel. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.